Okay, hopefully we get this audio sorted out soon.
Is that the pulse mic you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah, Russell's working on it now.
Alright, well we got audio visual here of what you have now, so that'll have to do.
Alright, I'll get it up as quick as I can.
Alright, cool.
Alright, thanks, man.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
It's on. All right. I think we're, are you able to hear me now? All right, well, we're gonna just take a minute here as we get a couple of things sorted. And we will try here to jump into Players of the Week again. We've got Donovan McCoy, 2 goals, 5 assists, and 7 points for him. And then your Goalie of the Week, coming out of Owen Sound, we've got Carter George with 2 wins, 1 goal against average, and 1 shutout. So congratulations there to Carter George. I believe this is the first time Owen Sound this year is making the OHL Players of the Week. You can see right there his record, 15 games played, 7 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime losses, averaging right now 2.87 goals against, with a save percentage of .908. So a great weekend. I think Carter really finding his groove here as the season goes on. So congratulations to Carter. You can see there a .966 save percentage on the weekend. So I think that's a lot more closer to what he is capable of, and I think what we'll see for the rest of the year from him. Your Owen Sound Attack Player of the Week, going to none other than Declan Waddick. We'll have Declan on the show here in a couple of weeks. On the weekend, Declan with 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. You can see on the season there, 21 games played, 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points. So picking up 5 of those 7 points this weekend, not in part, or not, mostly thanks to that game in Windsor. So we'll talk about that Windsor game here in a moment. Before we do, we're going to jump into some of the league stats here. So we'll take a look at leading scores. If you look on your screen there, we can see there's Carson Rakoff still up at the top from Kitchener. Kitchener still holding on to those top 3 spots. You can see 21 games played there, 24 goals, averaging over a goal a game, averaging almost 2 points a game there from Carson. So a great season for him. You've got Hunter in Kitchener there as well, 6 goals, 30 assists for 36 points, not too far behind Carson. Matthew Sopp also 13 goals, 22 assists for 35 points. Anthony Romani coming out of North Bay. North Bay will be coming down here and visiting us later on this week. You've got Dallin Walkley also out of North Bay. Liam Greentree with Windsor. Tough weekend for them for sure, but still 18 games played, 13 goals, 15 assists, 28 points, still over a point a game. So a good season from him. The only negative plus-minus rating tend to, you'd find a lot of players tend to avoid that stat. So if you put a lot of stock in that, don't worry too much about those stats. They're not ones that are looked too favorably upon by statisticians. Number 7 there, you've got Denver Barkey out of London. 21 games played, 13 goals for, 15 assists, 28 points on the season. Great work there. And then we had them just off the top 10 last week. Now this week on the top 10, you've got Denny Gour coming out of Owen Sound. 21 games played, 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points. Sam Sedley on the show a couple of weeks ago, 4 goals and 24 assists. I believe second there in assists on the season for the league. So 26 points, 28 points rather on the year for Sam. So great work there. Looking to see a little bit more. And Adrian also out of Kitchener. So you got 4 Rangers there on the list. 21 games played, 15 goals for, 12 assists, and 27 points. We'll take a look at the league standings here as well. And we'll start here in the Eastern Conference. The Peterborough Petes, 19 games played so far, so they got a couple of games at hand here, but holding solidly onto that top spot with 12 wins, 3 losses, 3 overtime losses, only 3 games missing out on a point completely, so they're sitting very comfortably there with 28 points. North Bay, who will be coming on down here this weekend, 21 games played. And I think they're going to have a weekend down south here with Guelph and Owen Sound and all that. So 10 wins for them, 6 losses, 4 overtime losses for them, and 1 shootout loss. So they're sitting there with 25 points. Mississauga, who was here a couple of weeks ago now, sitting there with 24 points in spot 3. Ottawa 67s with 23 points. The Brantford Bulldogs holding on to the 5th spot. They're doing a lot better than people really expected them to do. I mean, so are the Peterborough Petes. 22 points for them. Sudbury 21, a really tight race here kind of through that middle section of the Eastern Conference. The Kingston Frontenacs 20, tied there with Barrie at 20. Owen Sound will be down visiting Barrie later on this week. The Oshawa Generals sitting at 18 points, and the Niagara Ice Dogs looking to improve this season, sitting with 13 points, only 4 wins on the season, 11 losses, 4 overtime losses. If they're going to lose, at least they can do it in overtime there. And you got the Kitchener Rangers leading the Western Conference by a bit of a landslide right now. 21 games played, 16 wins, 5 losses, no overtime loss, no shootout loss. 32 points on the season for Kitchener. Owen Sound will be paying them a visit as well on Friday, so make sure you tune in on Rogers TV for all of that action. The Sioux Greyhounds, you'll remember Owen Sound blanked them 4-0 earlier on in the year. They're sitting 21 games played, 13 wins, 7 losses, 1 overtime loss at 27 points, tied with the London Knights, who are dropping a little bit here in the standings. Looking for a little bit more production maybe from their bottom core there with 13 wins, also 7 losses and 1 shootout loss. So a very similar record to the Sioux. You can see Saginaw down there with 23 points, tied with the Guelph Storm. And Owen Sound now only 1 point back there from the 4th place spot in this division. Of course, we do have a couple more games played, so the boys are going to have to be a little bit tighter here as the season goes on, but 22 points, not something to shake your head at all. There you got 10 wins, 9 losses, 2 overtime losses, and tied there with Flint as well, who they quite handily beat 4-2 this weekend. So 10 wins for them, 9-1-1 for 22 points, and then 1 point ahead of Erie, sitting at 21 points. Sarnia Sting, you know, not having a bad year, but not a great year yet. They're at 18 points, and the Windsor Spitfires really locking down that 10th place spot in the OHL Western Conference. If you all watched the game on Thursday, you saw the score was not too unlike their record, unfortunately for them. Owen Sound coming out of that one 12 goals, I think, to 4 there, so quite a game. You can see our top 10 scoring. We've got Denny Gour at center, 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points. Sam Sedley, both of them in the top 10 for the league in points, so great work from them. Servac Petrowski not too far behind them. Cedric Guindon, who's having quite the year at 21 points. And you've got Ethan Burrows just behind him at 5th place with 18 points. Colby Barlow, who hasn't played too much this season, a bit of a late start, been nursing some just some conditioning and whatnot, getting back into it, feeling a little bit better. And we'll hopefully see him back on the ice once he's feeling better. Sitting there at 14 points. Landon Hookey at 11. Ben Cormier, who had a great weekend just on the show last weekend, picking up, I think, 3 goals there for him this weekend, a couple of assists, so great work there from Ben at 10 points. Jackson Stewart, all 3 goals coming this weekend against the Windsor Spitfires, all 3 goals coming in the first period. So Jackson Stewart with a natural hattie in the first period, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points on the season. I'm not sure if even he expected himself to score a natural hattie in the first period, but great work from him. And then Teus Jordan, the only other defenseman besides Sam Sedley on this list with 10 assists and 10 points on the season, having a great year himself. What we'll do, we'll quickly preview the games coming up this week. So coming up on Thursday, the Owen Sound Attack will be paying a visit to the Barrie Colts. And that'll be Thursday, November 23rd, all the way down there in Barrie. That'll be a day trip for them. looking forward to a good battle. I mean, Barrie's a strong team this year. Owen Sound really proving that they are in these games. Even the weekend prior to this great 3-0 weekend, not the best weekend, an 0-3, but in each game, and I think we're going to see a very different Owen Sound attack team down in Barrie on Thursday. I think a very good chance for this team. Friday, they'll be heading to Kitchener for a must-see match. I mean, Kitchener is just being on fire, and Owen Sound splitting the season with them so far, 2-2, and we'll see who can break that tie. Saturday, coming all the way back to Owen Sound, we've got a game against the North Bay Battalion, who will be playing, I believe, Guelph the night before or 2 nights before. And so Owen Sound will be taking on the Battalion, also having a great year, solid goaltending, great defense, and Owen Sound will be looking to find a way to break through that Battalion defense. So make sure you tune in to Rogers TV for all of that action this week. And we're going to take a quick look here at all of the highlights from this week. So we'll start with our first game against the Windsor Spitfires. And believe me, if you didn't watch it, you're going to want to watch these highlights. A game for the ages for Owen Sound. And we'll talk a little bit about Sam Sedley's comments about the game as well. I think gave a very good and nuanced take there in the first period. So we'll roll these highlights and we'll see you back after that.
Against Saginaw will get the backup role tonight. Visitors will start with Denny Gore. He's from the area, as is Declan Waddick. They'll start on the wing. Tomislav Brennan on the other side. Tejas Jordan and Sam Sedley on defense. The Spitfires, Oliver Peer, Colton Smith, and Valentin Zhugin wearing number 13 for the Spitfires. Sedley crosses in behind him. Sending it to the far side, Brennan, and now Sedley. Sedley moves it right to the middle. He's got the backhand there. He goes wide. Gore looking for the rebound, and they'll score. There you go. Congratulations, Declan Waddick, your first goal as an Owen Sound attack. His parents said, couldn't climb these Western Conference standings and get the playoffs. Weingart shot gets through. It's loose in front of the net. Motory comes across to kick. And I was in the middle of the cornfield thinking about in front of the net, Cormier. His shot rattles around in front of the net. They'll score. Stewart, loose puck, and the Owen Sound attack are ahead 2-0. Jackson Stewart, who fires that in the back of the net. There's a chance. Spitfires score on the floor. They take flight. Liam Greentree busts in the zone and gets it behind Motory, and the Spitfires have half that lead. So usually those timeouts don't come as a power play begins, but they're going to take it there off the side of the net. Micheloni gets a piece of it. Petrovsky scores, and we've got 4 goals, not even 7 minutes into this one. Power. These two teams at this point out of the playoffs if it were to start now. Morneau across, trying to get it in. The roll ball in the back of the net. Not sure how it got there, but the Spitfires will take it. I believe this goal is going to get credited to Noah Morneau. Point and move it to Cristoforo. Cristoforo tries to slice one in, blocked there by Stewart. The second goal for the attack. He's going to hustle, force Micheloni. He can't clear. Right on the stick of Nancy. Here's Cormier. He picks the corner and they'll score again. 6 goals. And out of the net is Joe. Crawford will dump it in. Nancy sends it to the blue paint. It's loose there. They whack away at it. They'll score again. 5-2. Owen Sound attack. On 6 shot. Steen back his side of center. Will send it in. Costanzo. Oh my. Oh boy. The clearing attempt by the attack goes off a stanchion. Costanzo's behind the net. It is 6-2. Leaves for Sedley. Top of the circle. Moves to the middle now. Sedley slippery to the front of the net. They'll poke away and they'll score another one. 7-2. Owen Sound. I didn't see the number from the backside. Greenwell to the front of the net. Goes off a couple legs. Spitfire send it on a goal. They'll put one in behind. Get it on net tonight. 7-3. We've got 10 goals. Just over 16 minutes into this one. assists. Came into the game with 2 points. He's got 2 in this one. Looking for another one. Loose puck side of that, Brennan. Denny gives Millette. Here's Eichler. Eichler, dangerous play. Now Stewart tries to take it to the net. Loose puck, and he'll score again. Again, that is 8-3. Owen Sound attack. This year, here comes Shugan. To the net, Shugan, stopped by Votary. Sedley, wanting to get the game all they do, and they'll score. There's Denny. He'll put it in. 9-3, Owen Sound. And the crowd you hear is the family that's in attendance for him. 9.6 seconds to go. Now here's a pass to Waddick in on goal, and he'll score. Another one for Declan Waddick. Gets up off the mat after a check earlier in the period. He makes it double digits. 10-3 Owen Sound. The trip there off the side of that. Steen shot in front of that. Gore, he's got 2. And Costanzo gets the stick down. It bounces high to the slot. Loose puck, and Waddick sends it wide. Skill. I think if they can sort some things out here. Oh, Votary got that glove on it. We'll go with Votary. Still the Spitfires with nothing to show here in the second. And on goal now, Cormier. What a goal! One-handed tuck. The game tonight. Gore and Waddick from the area getting the first start here tonight. Or getting the start. Get this one rolling, and there's another one. Matejicek in front of that. And it's 12-3. And Martin Matejicek will get his first OHL goal, so they'll retrieve that puck. First game was the Spitfires, had a couple of opportunities. Now alone in front of the net. Micheloni comes out to make the save. Pierre to the middle. Pierre makes a move. Pierre holds on. Shot Votary way out to the top of the save made by Votary. Now the Spitfires have just as many shots as the attack. And that's what will end. 36-36.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after that lengthy highlight package. Lots of goals there from Owen Sound. And to help me break down these highlights, we've got 2 guests, number 15, Martin Matejicek, and we've got number 38, Gabriel Smith, joining us here on the show. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and helping me break down these highlights, kind of make sense of what we saw here. So, just wondering, I mean, you know, we heard Sam Sedley's comments after the first period, just kind of, it wasn't feeling like the best hockey. I'm wondering, can you kind of help us understand, like, what is it like after you have a period like that where you go ahead and you score, like, what is it, almost 8 goals in a period? How does that feel as a team in the dressing room?
It was so weird game. I never played a game like this, like 8 goals in first period. That's crazy. Like, we just try to stay like in our flow and try to play like if it's 0-0 and it's new game.
Right. Would you say the same thing? I mean, watching that game and seeing your team go on the ice and you know, score all those goals, have a few scored against you. I mean, 8 goals in the first period between the teams. Like, what are you thinking watching this game? Are you like what's going to happen in the second period?
Yeah, like, it was a funky game. I mean, the guys played well, so I was happy watching it. Yeah.
Great. Excellent. You know, I'm wondering, how do you approach the rest of the game? Like, how do you come out of that dressing room? You know, Martin, you mentioned you just have to kind of imagine that it's 0-0 again.
Yeah.
How do you get your head into that space where you can just go like, okay, we got to pretend it's 0-0? How do you make that jump there?
I don't know. I just trying to focus like on myself and trying to play my best, like every game, every shift, and yeah.
Great. You know, I mean, Martin, we saw your 12th or your first goal there. It's the 12th goal of the game. I'm just wondering, what did that feel like? Especially, you know, I can see the team doesn't really want to celebrate because it's the 12th goal. Like, it's just kind of bad etiquette to cheer and go wild. But I mean, it's your first OHL goal. What did that feel like inside?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Did anybody grab the puck for you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I
okay.
think Sadly grabbed it.
Sadly
back.
got it. Okay,
So,
good.
yeah.
So do you have it in a box already? It's all nice and
Yeah.
Is that one of those things you'll just remember for the rest of your career?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Did were your parents able to watch the game at all, or?
Yeah. I think my mom gets up at 1:00 in the
Wow.
morning and saw the game, and my father
Excellent.
too. So yeah.
So she must have just been over the moon with excitement there.
Yeah. She was.
Great. Well, that's fantastic. What we're going to do, before we jump into the next highlight package, I have a little bit of a game for you guys. So I'm going to give you these whiteboards. I'll give you these erasers as well. You'll need them.
Thank you.
And we'll give you guys both a marker there.
Thank you.
There you go. And so what we're going to play is I'm going to ask you, Martin, I'm going to ask you a question. And I'll have you write down your answer. And then, Gabriel, your goal is to write down whatever you think Martin's going to write down, okay?
Yeah.
So we'll just try to get to, I mean, you're both defensemen. You know, you just kind of, you have to share some sort of connection. So we're going to put that connection a little bit to the test here. So question number 1 is, Martin, what is one thing that you would never forget on a road trip? You have to bring it with you every road trip. And then Gabriel's going to try to guess what it is that you're writing down. All right, and we'll reveal it in 3, 2, 1. And Martin's written down
Right
pillow.
here?
Yeah, you can just show it to that camera
Oh,
right
yeah.
there if you want. There you go. So we got pillow and pillow. Excellent. So we'll give you guys a point for that one. You can go ahead and reset your board. So is that one of those things like you're just a big road trip sleeper?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. You got memory foam or just it's like your pillow. It just kind of you're used to it.
It's the best thing.
I get that, absolutely. Okay, I'm wondering, and you're going to write down either your name or Gabriel's name, and then you're going to do the same. You're going to guess whichever one he wrote down. Who is more particular about their gear? Who is more picky about how their gear is and wants it a certain way?
Probably. And if it's me, just
You can just
my-
write down yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can write me. Okay, you're more what is it about the gear that you're more picky about? Or?
I don't know. I'm just like I like to grab more things that I actually can use.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know why. I just
Fair enough.
decided- Yeah.
Okay, so my next question here, this is a little bit of insight from Cedric gave us a little bit of insight this week, and so I want to know who is the better singer between the two of you guys? I know, I think there might have been was there a bit of a competition around this sometime this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good to know. So we'll have to take a look here and we'll reveal. And okay, so Gabriel, you've got you got those pipes on you, and what? How did that go? I heard you guys had a bit of a singing competition this week.
Yeah, we had a competition. I did well in making it to the finals, then had a rough song in the finals, but I did pretty well.
Excellent, excellent. Great to hear. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple more questions before we jump to break here. Who is asleep first on the bus? So after a game, we'll say like after the Windsor game, and you guys are driving off to Sarnia, who's the first one asleep? And you can reveal in. Okay, you're saying Gabe. You're going. Oh, you're saying Sam Etchier. He's the
Yeah.
first one to sleep, going off script completely.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought like
That's okay.
Yeah.
You got the rules, no problem. That's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, if you feel like there's one player that just you really need to call them out, you're welcome to do that. So
Yeah.
Sam Etchier, big sleeper, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Looks like yourself and Sam maybe good on long bus trips, so that's great. Who between the two of you, who changes their gloves or their sticks more during a game? Martin, you're a glove guy or stick guy? Which one is it?
it's I don't know. Sometimes it's glass, sometimes it's thick.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm actually like not that guy that I don't like to change my stuff, but I think like it's more me than Smitty. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. All right, last couple of questions here. Actually, we can't ask this one because we're going to ask this we're going to have a trivia question for the fans after. So we're going to skip one. Who has the harder shot? I don't know if you guys have done shot competitions yet, but of the two of you guys, I mean, defensemen generally like to load up on those big slap shots there. Who do you think can shoot the puck harder?
One from us or from the team?
Between the two of you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to both answering the same here. We're going to say Martin, all right? You just think you got those, you're just ready for those big clap bombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think like Smitty has pretty good shot too.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, at least he's humble about it, right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to look for. Okay, last question. Whose gear stinks more? This is the most important question. I mean, when I played in university, we all had to share this one storage locker, and a couple of the other kids who lived at the university also needed to put their stuff in there, and it was just hockey gear. It just smelled awful. You guys are going to say each other. Okay, so you're saying Gabe, you're saying Martin. That's good to know. Is there one player on the team who you guys would answer besides the two of you? You think? Or you don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to.
I don't know, probably no.
Probably no. Okay, we'll just that's fair. We'll say each other. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been great here to get a couple of trivia questions between the two of you. We actually do have a trivia question for all of you at home. We'll read the question and make sure that you text your answer in. There will be a number on screen. You can find the answer during the break, and when we come back, make sure you text that answer in. The prize will be 2 tickets to Saturday, November 25th game against North Bay. And the question is, what team did Martin Matejicek play for last season? We're not going to say the country, we're not going to say where it was, anything until we come back from this break. So the first person to text in their answer or call in their answer to that number on screen with the correct answer, what team did Martin Matejicek play for last season? We got a pair of tickets for you when the North Bay Battalions come here to the Bayshore. We'll take a break, and when we're back, we got a few questions for you guys and a couple more games to play.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Come on in, take a seat. Or better yet,
Look at this crowd on its feet.
for aggressive D and knockdown threes, athleticism and speed, for Spicy P.
Spicy P, feeling it on the big stage.
Yes, this season brings change. Yes, this team has turned the page. But it's still an OG thing, always a Scotty B thing. When you want everything Raptors, nothing but Sportsnet.
Get ready for the ultimate sports talk experience. Join us every week for the most in-depth analysis, heated debates, and special guests. We give you action off the ice and off the field with all the drama and all the fun. Don't miss out on the sports talk show that's taking the game to a whole new level. Get your game face on and join us on RTV Sports Wrap.
I'm Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.
welcome back to Attack Wrap. Again, I am your host, Nick Kennedy. If you have the answer to our trivia question, what team did Martin Matejicek play for last season? Make sure you text that answer into the show, and you will win yourself a pair of tickets to Saturday's game against the North Bay Battalions here at the Bayshore against the Owen Sound Attack. Well, gentlemen, we're going to do one more bit here. We've got a couple of mini sticks, and just like last week, we'll show them off to the camera there. You can get these at the Bayshore Attack shop there. And I'm going to have you guys tape these sticks just like you would your normal hockey sticks. So we just want to show the fans, you know, give them a little look into how does an OHL player tape their stick, an OHL defenseman. So go ahead, we got 3 colors of tape there, so you guys can have your pick. And of course, you got to have the fire tape. A couple of guys, I think Ben Cormier last week used the fire tape, so at least somebody's used it so far. You guys don't have to use it. We'll let you go the way you normally tape your stick, and we'll just kind of get a little bit of insight here into some of the taping practices of OHL players. So do you normally go with a black knob up top, or is that just kind of anything to get a bump?
Yeah, I'll go like any color. I usually just go thin tape around the knob.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Do you do a fairly heavy knob or quite a thin one?
No, I do a pretty thin knob, just like cut it in half, do thin around the top, and that's it, really.
That seems to be the way that a lot of your guys have been doing it, a thin kind of half-tape knob at the top. And is that just, you kind of just like to have something for your pinky to rest on and give you a bit of control over where the stick is?
Yeah, really. Just,
excellent.
Yeah.
Nice. Is there a reason that you do white tape up top or black tape up top? Anything that, I know for me, like I tried to go to white tape because I kept ruining my gloves with any time I used colored tape. Nothing?
No.
No, that's fair. That's okay. No problem. You think one day maybe we'll see Martin use flame tape in a game there? Just come out on the Bayshore just absolutely screaming flame tape up top there. I'd love to see that, maybe one day.
Maybe one.
Yeah, maybe one day.
So Martin, do you normally do 2 different colors of tape for your knob?
Yeah.
You do, okay.
Yeah,
and
usually, yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
No.
No, okay.
No, I don't know. I just, sometimes I have like, I like to change my knob,
okay.
I don't know, every month.
Oh, really? Okay.
Actually, today I changed my knob. So
you tried a new way of doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now why do you change so often? Is it just kind of looking for something that works?
Yeah.
Fair enough. And I guess if you feel like it doesn't work, then you just kind of move on?
Yeah, I just move on, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So you score this weekend, and then I guess today or yesterday you change your knob, so you just kind of, you know, I mean, for me, I think I did one thing, I scored, and then I did that thing for the rest of the time I played hockey, and I guess you're just a little different about that, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like to, like, have things, like, same, like, all the time.
Okay.
I like to try new things, and, yeah.
Great. Oh, well, that's excellent. While you guys are taping, we'll actually congratulate our winner of the trivia question, Crystal Vallis. So, Crystal, congratulations for winning this week's trivia question. The correct answer to what team did Martin Matejicek play for last year being HC Dukla Yelava? Yelava. Okay, I wanted to make sure we got that right. So, congratulations there to Crystal. You have won yourself a pair of tickets to Saturday's game against the North Bay Battalion, who will be coming to town. I think they're having a bit of a southern roadie for them, playing against Guelph this weekend, and then they'll be up to the Bayshore after that. So Gabriel, you're a heel-to-toe taper. You like white down bottom. Is there a reason for white?
Yeah, I always used white on my blade, really, just since I was young, so I just stuck with it.
Great. Excellent. So it's just kind of one of those things, like, you know, maybe the opposite of Martin, where you just don't want to change. You want to leave it the same way it's always been.
Yeah, I kind of just stick with whatever I've been using for a while and don't really change it up.
Excellent. Now, Martin, do you normally leave just kind of a little bit of your toe exposed?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that? Because I see a lot of guys who, they almost prefer to cut a piece of tape and put it along there. Why do you leave it exposed?
I don't know. I like that look when I have like stick and when I move it, when I puck handling with the puck.
Okay.
I like that look. So
It's kind of like a visual cue for you to see where the stick is at.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, very good. This is a great look into the and actually, I'm just noticing here. So you don't even tape down below your little nub up here for your stick, eh?
No, I just like thin tape around the top and that's it.
That's it. Okay, that's very interesting. I haven't seen that. I mean, generally you'd see something kind of like that, or they'll do a nub and tape over it. But this is very cool. I'm glad we got a little look into how you guys tape your sticks, and that's great. If you want to win these sticks, we'll have the guys sign them after the show. They'll be at the Bayshore, and as long as you are at the game, eventually they will be given out during the game. So make sure that you're there, make sure that you're watching the game. Text in for those trivia questions, and we'll be able to give you away some tickets. And while you're there, you might luck out and get one of these sticks. So make sure you guys are there attending the games, and one of these sticks could go home with you. Well, gentlemen, what we'll do, we'll jump into the next highlight reel. We'll break those down, and then after that, we'll come back and talk a little bit about some of your junior experience and some other defensive questions. So we'll roll the highlights there against Sarnia.
Hookie has a breakaway. Landon Hookie breaking in. His chance and coming back was Sedley. 25 points on the season for the defenseman. Hands it off, now looking to walk in. Nice little chance out in front. Second chance, scores. Declan Waddick has another one. Picked up his first two last night. Now he has his third goal of the season, and the Attack opened the scoring.
Yeah, the former Niagara Ice Dog just persistent there as he was turned away the first time by Nick Serzicha, but then no defender there to clear the puck away from the front of the net. So there's the initial save, and then it falls to his feet, and Declan Waddick makes it count at 5:03 to get.
Tries to go down low again, another chance. And Serzicha comes on, takes the feed. Gaindall. Here's Gore. Now another chance in front, scores. The Attack continue to work on that power play, and it's successful. Ethan Burrows with the finisher out in front of the net, and the Attack open up a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago their power play was nothing short of lethal, 4 for 4 in the power play against the Sting, and they're 1 for 1 here tonight. So the power play is definitely got a lot of power behind it, as Ethan Burrows, who had 2 goals and 2 assists against the Sting 2 weeks ago, picks up a goal here, a power play goal at 8:07.
Brennan looks to drop it off. Gaindon. Jordan calls for it. His chance. Easton Wainwright. LeBlanc. Fisher tries the one-timer again. George the stop. Rebound loose in front of the net. Still battling for it. Nice. Sedley has gained onto his left. Sends it down into Petrovsky. Servek Petrovsky. Cross ice. Score with a chance. And Serzicha comes across. A little bit of traffic in front of the net with Burrows parked there. But Serzicha able to find it in the maze.
Yeah, nice one-timer off the stick of Denny Gore. As Sedley got it around to Petrovsky in the corner. He finds Denny Gore, and right there, quickly off his stick, Burrows trying to create a little
set. George, penalty shot attempt. Doucette starts to his left, comes back in the middle, waiting, backhand, big stop by Carter George.
Oh, what a save by Carter George, as he pretty happy with himself, and rightfully so. As you see Doucette start down the left side and tries to draw it to the backhand, and there's the big mitt from Carter George to deny.
Windsor Spitfires brass, I would think.
No kidding.
Now Felmanis looked to dance his way in. George makes the stop. He was backing. Fisher. Past Hookie. Lomanak skating in. Lomanak trying to drive to the net. And once again, George makes the stop. Loses his stick. Gets a replacement quickly from the bench for the Attack break in. Chance there trying to get out in front of that. Deflected on goal. Another chance. Scores. Cedric Gaindall found the opportunity out in front of the net. He buries the goal for the Owen Sound Attack, and they open up a 3-0 lead.
The Montreal Canadiens prospect at 10:55 with the third goal of the night for the Owen Sound Attack. Watch again as the play comes over the line. You see Burrows 29 going to the net. The puck is free and gained on right there. Very similar to Declan Waddick's goal earlier, although Waddick followed February 7th to be exact.
Let's hope the weather cooperates. There's Hookie, shot, scores! Landon Hookie in the slot. He buries it. The hometown kid burns the sting, and it's now 4-0.
Yeah, that's a little icing on the cake for the for Hookie fans in the building here tonight as he picks up his 7th of the season. Just a snapshot from the slot area as the puck comes free to number 10 right there, and he gets it by goaltender Nick Serzicha to make it a 4-0 hockey.
O'Mary. There's Hurt. Shot knocked down in front of that. Hall continues to battle. Hall, another chance there. Lane Sim moving, and that'll do it. The Owen Sound attack pick up a 4-0 win. Carter George has himself his second shutout.
Excellent. Well, another great game there against Sarnia. I mean, going up 4-0, that is fantastic to see. I'm wondering for you guys, I mean, when you come off of a game like the one against Windsor where you score 12 goals and it's just kind of a runaway game, how do you mentally prepare for another game? Like, I mean, 24 hours later, how do you kind of get your head into the game without thinking like, oh, we'll just walk in here and score another 12?
I think we did the same thing like before last game, and we did the same thing like we did like before every game. So it's just next game, and yeah, it's normal game day. So
yeah,
just things same like every time.
Is it tough going like back-to-back games where you're in the bus, you're on ice? I mean, when you score 12 goals, I mean, it is great, but it does lengthen the time that you are on ice because you have all these extra stoppages. I mean, the next game you have, I think there were 10 penalties for Owen Sound, 5 for Sarnia, so you're on the ice, even longer now with all these stoppages. Is it just like, does it start to kind of wear on you after these game bus?
Yeah, I think it's very hard, and I think like everyone is tired. Yeah, but we have to play our best. So.
I'm wondering for both of you guys, I mean, being defensemen, when you see the game clock ticking down and your goalie is about to get a shutout, like, I mean, I know all of the fans watching, they're thinking like, oh man, just hold on, like, we're going to win the game, but, we just want to keep that, no goals against intact. Does that start to, does that pressure weigh on you at all, or are you trying to just forget about it and keep playing?
I think for me it's more pressure. Like, I'm starting to be nervous a little bit, but I'm trying to focus, on myself.
Right.
And, yeah.
So you almost use that pressure to enhance your game, like you feed off of that extra pressure.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself the same in that regard?
Yeah, I kind of I think about it. I try not to let it do anything. Just use it, try and help my goalie, and yeah.
Excellent. Oh, well, that's fantastic. I'm wondering, how does it play into your heads when your team is given 10 penalties in a game? I mean, is it just like referees are calling a little bit more? Are you guys exhausted from the night before and so maybe a little extra chippy? Or how does that affect the way that you play when the referees are just going to call basically anything?
Yeah, actually I don't like these games when referees call everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it, but yeah, you will probably not do with this because you are not a referee.
Right.
You're just a player, and you have to just stay with it. Yeah.
And how about for you, Gabriel? Do you find that affects the way that you play when the referees are calling everything? Do you try to play a cleaner game, or are you just I'm just going to go out and play my game, and if they call it, they call it?
I mean, I try not to take a penalty or anything, but it is what it is. You gotta kill off a penalty if we got a penalty, and
Well, and I mean, speaking of the penalty kill, I mean, I think 4 of the penalties were offsetting penalties. So the penalty kill, Owen Sound's penalty kill, still had to kill off 6 penalties. And I mean, did so wonderfully. I mean, went 6 for 6, which is fantastic. I mean, kept that shutout intact there for Georgie. Picking up, I mean, Georgie picked up goalie of the week off of that game. So, you know, fantastic night for him for sure. And definitely a big nod to the penalty kill of the Owen Sound attack. So going 6 for 6, not an easy thing to do. Before we move on, we're going to jump into the next highlight package here. We've got Owen Sound versus the Flint Firebirds. You'll remember that Flint came up here not too long ago, had a pretty good game against Owen Sound. And so Owen Sound down in Flint on the third game of a back-to-back-to-back. And stay tuned here to see how Owen Sound fared down in Flint, Michigan.
Sedley takes the pass on the near wing, feeds it forward to Crawford, trying to look backward, picked off though by Semenis. Marcus Semenis storming in, shoot save, rebound turned away, second chance, third chance for Wang, and another save made to the right wing side towards Jenkins, but the puck is forced into the neutral zone by Burrows. 8:16 to go in the first. Shot deflected off the glove of Brown. Dan gains the zone, on for Petrie, back to Stoikov. Marco Stoikov carries it behind the net. Puck on his forehand. Stoikov surveys for Petrie. Shoots and scores! Oh, baby, he is red hot. He had a hat trick yesterday. Game before that, he had 2 goals and a helper. And now he starts the scoring once more. Petrie alone in the slot. Slings it home. 35 seconds to go in the first period. It is shoveled up the wall. Birds knock it free. It's Dan to pick it up. Backside for Slavichek. Oh, it's the poke check from Slavichek. Dan got there. Dan left it back to Slavichek. The back checker was getting in the way. Jordan got his stick in there, but Slavichek doing just enough. And it's Denny Gore with it inside the blue line. Gore backhands one towards the blue line. Right wing side, Sedley scores. A seeing eye wrister for Sam Sedley. That's his 4th goal of the year, and saw some space, and he just wired one through traffic. Behind the net, they work it up the left wing side. Firebirds now nudged it back into the neutral zone. Jordan at the blue line blocked it. Second chance, they score. Up with 2:54 to go in the second, it's 2-2. Now off the replay there was the shot from the blue line that didn't get through, and just Johnny on the spot for Ben Cormier. Gavin Hayes looking backwards, he's turned it over. It's a breakaway for Servac. Petrovsky shoots and scores. So the Firebirds coughed it up along their blue line, and Petrovsky cherry picking behind, burning in with the breakaway, snaps the wrister home. Brought over the line by Owen Sound, right back to Cormier. Cormier shoots and scores. Ben Cormier with his 2nd goal of the game. That was fairly innocuous looking. Cormier back skating with it. He fired it through the legs of Blake Smith. Your final score, the Attack 4.
Excellent. Well, I mean, a big weekend there from Owen Sound, going 3-0 on the weekend, which is a mirror image of the weekend before. I mean, a tough result last week and going 0-3, and then coming out of the gate and not only winning all 3, but winning all 3 back-to-back-to-back. No rest in between. You're on the road the whole time in a bus, and I'm just wondering, like, by the time you get to this 3rd game, you're pulling into Flint. Are you guys just like, are you just exhausted after that?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit? Yeah. Do you feel like you adjust the way you play after, like, on the 3rd game of a 3-3? Are you maybe playing a little bit more defensively, less willing to pinch to keep the puck in the offensive zone, and just trying to make sure that you're playing your position?
Maybe sometimes, but yeah, I was trying to play like it's just the game.
Yeah.
Like any same game like
Great.
Was last game, so just play same.
Absolutely. Same with you, that you feel similar?
Yeah, I mean, you just try to play the same way every game, and
sure.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, how does this change? You play against Flint, you go down 2-0 to start, right? And you're down by 2. How does that? Do you feel like that fuels you guys as a team? I mean, going into the dressing room, it's the 3rd game. you're playing against a team who is or at least this season been pretty good against you guys, and you're tired, 3 games. How easy is it to just kind of it seems like it'd be easy to just kind of go out there, mail it in, okay, we got 4 of the 6 points, but you guys found that extra gear, and I'm just wondering, what gets said in that locker room that helps you guys really turn on the Jets and come back and score 4 goals and win the game?
Yeah, I think actually we didn't play bad. Actually, we get 2 goals, but we didn't play too bad. So we just wanted more, and we wanted to win that game. We wanted 3 in a row. So yeah, exactly. I mean, are you kind of the locker room speech guy? I don't know. I feel like I get that vibe from you, Gabe. That you could walk in there and you could just kind of get that room jumping off their seats.
I mean, I'm not really a big speech guy. I'll do once I did starting lineups, and that's about it.
Excellent. Well, we'll jump. I got a couple of questions for you guys. Just want to get to know you guys a little bit more. Before we do that, we have one more trivia question. It's similar to the first one, and this trivia question for the fans, you can text in, is what team did Gabriel Smith play for last year? Again, this will be tickets to Saturday, December 2nd's game against Erie. We'll be having a back-to-back against Erie, both games played at the Bayshore. So if you can text your answer in or call in, you will win tickets to December 2nd's game, not December 3rd. So it's the Saturday game against Erie with the correct answer. So we'll before we get to that, hopefully somebody gets the answer, and then we'll ask you about that. But we'll start with you, Martin, and just kind of, I want to know, what is it like for you coming from Europe, coming from Czechia, playing U20s, and then moving all the way to Canada? Not just Canada, but Owen Sound, of all places, the snowiest place in southern Ontario, practically. And what is that like for you playing in Canada now? Smaller rink, different systems. I'm wondering if you just want to speak to that.
Actually, I love it right now.
Okay.
I love it. From beginning, it was a little bit harder. Different rink and different system of play. But I'm trying to learn fast and be better.
Excellent. I remember your very first game in the OHL, the preseason game. It was in Barrie.
Yeah.
And I remember I was sitting right by the glass. I actually had to wipe the glass because I couldn't. It was so foggy that I was trying to squeegee the glass in front of me. And you were out there for the starting face-off, and I was like, oh man, I hope he doesn't think that this is just all games in Canada, that we're just, you can't see the puck, you can't even see your own feet in a game like that. So I'm glad you were able to bounce back and find your game after. It's just kind of, it's almost not even fair to play in that situation. You can barely see what's going on. Gabe, for you, I mean, coming up and impressing so well at camp, making the team right out of the gate. I'm wondering, how did you find out in any special way? Were you able to share that with your parents when you found out you made the team?
I mean, yeah, it was exciting. They didn't just give it to her off the bat. You kind of got to earn it in camp, and I guess rookies played well in camp, earned the spot, and yeah.
Excellent. Well, that was fantastic. I mean, it was exciting to see you guys playing in camp and watching what you could do. And I know a lot of people saw your game and they were excited to have you as a part of this team. So that's fantastic. I'm wondering for you, Martin, I know your folks overseas there, you talked about your mom getting up at 1 a.m. to watch you play and getting to see your first goal. For you, have your parents been able to come visit Canada yet and see where you play and live?
Yeah, my father was here.
Oh, great.
Last week, I think.
Okay.
With my girlfriend and with my father's girlfriend.
Nice.
So it was pretty good, and yeah.
Excellent. So that must have been special for you, being able to show them around. Now, I guess both of you guys new to Owen Sound. We won't say where you came from yet for trivia question sake, but okay, we got a couple of answers in, so we're just determining the winner at the moment. But coming up from Toronto playing with the junior Marlies, playing with the Marlboros. I mean, coming all the way from overseas in Czechia. Have you found a spot in Owen Sound that you really like? Have you been able to see the town at all or the surrounding area?
Yeah, I have one. I have near the lake.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close. It's close my house.
Okay.
So I usually go for a walk and go on this place.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
Yeah, that's my favorite spot. Yeah.
Very cool. And Gabe, how about yourself? Have you found anywhere that you just really enjoy up here in Owen Sound?
Yeah, like I like being around the water.
Okay.
Going around the water with the guys, and sometimes going to the Y, shooting basketball with the guys. That's about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, we'll keep asking you questions. Before we do, the winner of the trivia question, 2 tickets to December 2nd's game against Erie goes to Bev Piercy. Congratulations, Bev Piercy, on getting the correct answer there. The Toronto Marlboros U16 AAA squad. So coming all the way up from there. And impressing here at camp is Gabriel Smith. I think the guys, they call you Smitty. I saw a couple of there. So do you go by Marty? Is that your
yeah,
nickname?
Marty.
Ah, nice. Okay, yeah. We had a couple of guys give us some of the nicknames, so we'll try to use those as well. We only have 2 minutes left in the show. Gabriel, I'm wondering if you could kind of help us understand better and help the fans understand better what life is like for a young guy in the OHL. I mean, especially for you being in high school, new to the area. What is that like for you? What does a normal day in the life of Gabriel Smith look like?
Yeah, I mean, we go to school at like 9 a.m. at Owen Sound Secondary, and then we're there from 9 a.m. to 12, and then we go to the rink, have rink school from 12 to 2, and then get ready for practice at 3.
Nice. Yeah. And after practice, do you have maybe a routine that you like to do to just kind of cool down, and how do you sort of try to spend those evenings?
Yeah, we usually have a workout after practice, and then just like a cool down on the bike, or ride the bike for a bit, and then usually I use a massage gun or roll out, and then that's it. Excellent.
Well, great to kind of get a little bit of insight there behind the scenes, see how you guys play, see how you live. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for watching today's episode of Attack Wrap, episode 11 of this year already. Come and gone. Thank you so much for joining us here on Rogers TV. We will be back next week with another episode. 2 more players joining us then. This week, of course, we're against Barrie on Thursday down in Barrie, and then against Kitchener on Friday in Kitchener, and then another back-to-back-to-back Saturday back at the Bayshore against North Bay, and we'll see you all there. And if not, tune into Rogers TV for all of your Attack action.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
We can be hurt. We can be bruised. We can be broken. Slowed down. Confused, and even numbed. But we can't be defeated. We're built on a foundation that's strong, our mission unwavering, and together we'll beat as one.
Game TV's Watch and Win contest is back with over $75,000 in cash prizes. Tune in to Jeopardy weeknights at 8:30. Spot the code word, then head over to GameTVContests.com to enter. With a new code word every weeknight, that's 35 chances to enter. Don't just watch the winners, be a winner with Game TV's Watch